So the first thing that you need to do for this pattern is to print the pages. I made it on A4, but it's different in every country. So once you print it, you will see that there's some arrows that you have to glue together, and I'm just going to show you in the next picture. So whenever you see these arrows, that's where you're going to put them together, and there's going to be a measurement checkpoint, which is 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and that's how you know that you printed in the right size. So there's the checkpoint for you. You put all your patterns on your fabric, and what I did is I put 2 sides of the fabric for the tulle side, but you can do it individually, it's just up to you. And then there's no seam allowance, so you just add whatever it is that you usually use. I like 0.5 centimeter, some other people like 1 centimeter, so it's not in the pattern. And then make sure you have the centers. I put a little pin in there. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by sewing the side, the front side and the top. So I'm just gonna speed up here the video because you don't need to see that. But what I'm gonna do is the 3 big sides of the pattern are going to be sewn together. So if you don't want a chimney, you can add them all 3 or even cut 1 large piece. So I did this bit here for the wires just before, but you can do it before or after. It doesn't actually matter when you do it, as long as it's done. So those are the 3 the front, the back and the top, all 3. So I'm just sewing right now the other side, and that's why I speed the video. But basically you're going to end up with a big long piece with 3 sides, and that's only to give a nice shape, sharp, whenever it's on top of your Cricut. So those are those 3. That little space there is for the chimney if you have one. If you don't, then don't worry, you don't have to. So I'm just checking that it was fitting right. And then here I'm gonna start, just make sure that whenever you sew the top, you start like 0.5 centimeter after the fabric, so you will have some space for sewing after. So I'm just gonna point it here. That's where you want to start. You don't want to start from the very top. You want to start 0.5 centimeter at least, so that you have space for sewing after. So that's it sewn. And then what you're going to do next, actually it doesn't matter what steps you do, because I like to put some pockets at the end, but some people like to put the pockets at the beginning, so it doesn't matter when you do them, but this is the time where you can do them. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna add the sides. So I'm just checking here, I did it curvy, but you don't have to have it, the pattern is not curvy, but as long as you start from the middle. I recommend you to always start from the middle to the sides, so that is nice and tidy. So from the middle to one side, and it's gonna look like that, and then you'll do the other side. So I'm just showing the same thing. You split the fabrics facing each other and start from the middle. That's very important, because if you start from one of the sides, it won't work. And the same with the chimney. So the top and your long side, start from the middle as well. Put your front sides together and start from the middle as well, and then go to the other side. So I'm just showing here what I did with, once I have the chimney, so I'm just going to add it to the top, and I did the same thing. So I'm just checking that the middle is facing the middle of the top. Okay, I pinned that together and I open that and start sewing from the middle to the side. Whenever you have to turn, you just do that and just keep going. It is fairly easy. I think watching the video sometimes is better for people like myself that like to see it. And now you have the side ready to get the other side of the pattern on the tulle side. So you do the same. You find the middle and you put them together and start sewing. Now I do this at the end. You can do it at the beginning. This is where the wire goes, but it's up to you. You can do it at the end or you can do it after. It's up to you. And then some of the pockets you can also do them first or you can do them after. I did one of each because sometimes I like to see what space I actually have to add my pockets, and I added so many pockets. You can add as many as you want. It is up to you. I like many pockets. I didn't add all of them because there will be a big pattern and it'll be probably overwhelming if you haven't done this too often, but you can add as many pockets as you want. So this is the back. So I added a little pocket there for the wire for the iPad, but you can see there that there's a nice space for the wires if you want to keep that connected and keep and still put the duster on. And that's what you will see on the side. This is the back. I like to keep the wires at the back. And then I added these. This is optional, of course, to keep it steady. You can add this elastic. Just make sure that type of elastic you're using, that it's on the side. So I'm just showing you what type of elastic I use, but you can use whatever. This is the only one I had, so that's the one I use. But you can use whatever it is that you want to use for yours. So that's it. I'm trying with one hand to record the video and with the other to put it on. But that's basically fit it in nice and tight. And just making sure that the right size is. It's all in the pattern. And then those are the pockets. You can add more. I actually did in the other duster that I made, I put a lot of pockets. I put some in the sides. If you want to put some in the sides, just measure the tool side and cut it in half, and that's the measurement that I had for the side pocket. So this is the end result, and this you can see what it looks like with the elastic and the pockets. Now you need a strong fabric like the one I'm going to show you now if you want your wire to be hold tight, because if it's just a normal skinny fabric, it won't hold the wires properly. So I'm just going to show you some of the pockets that I added. I didn't record the video sewing them, but it's just the side cut in half, and then I added little pockets in there for some tools. You can do and play with those as much as you want. Showing the elastic, and it makes it look more steady. You don't need an elastic. But then that's the top. If you want a chimney top. And that's my side pocket. And that's it. That's all you need to know. That's very simple, very easy pattern.